Hello, YouTube world. Wish everybody well all around the globe. Wherever there's war, I hope it stop and become peaceful. Wherever it's violence, I hope it stop and become peaceful. I hope we all prosper out the gang culture and elevate as better people. And I hope that our children become nothing that we all had became. I hope that our children become greater and better people than we end up being. But I'm here on this video to speak on sagging of the pants in the gang culture and the other myths and rumors and whatever about sagging. Now, I'm smoking a little weed on this video, so y'all gonna have to bear with your boy. But here's the thing. Now, I heard the myth about the slave owner bucking the bull. Supposedly, the bull, a strong slave, male slave, who shows some means of rebellion or aggression, that the slave owner would somehow get him to submit in front of everyone. You know, they abuse him in front of everyone and supposedly pull his pants off of him and rape him in front of everybody. To disgrace him and take the fight and the courage out of the rest of them. And supposedly once the bull been bucked, they made him sag his pants as a reminder of what happened to him. That's one myth I heard. Now, the second myth I heard was in the penitentiary that they made the homosexuals sag their pants to identify them as a homosexual. I heard the myth about the prison shit, but here's the thing, yo. I never been to prison, so I can't. I've been to California Youth Authority. 3 years, 3 months, 26 days. Fred C. Netter School for Boys in Whittier, California. Summer 1977. The case I caught was May 31st, 1977 at Wilson Park. But I had a case pending for 2 armed robberies and an assault because they said I poked the victim in the stomach with the shotgun. And on that day, May 31st, 1977, I was in court for it. Let me get my weed lit. I was in court for it, y'all. And we recessed for lunch. Me and the homie Too Sweet had them robbery cases. And Too Sweet was in the county. He couldn't make the bail. And I was a juvenile out on my own parents' court ordinance or whatever they call that shit. You know what I mean? And my daddy was a cop at the time. A reserve cop for Compton PD. He was one for 9 years. And a little bit after I went to jail, my daddy, they ousted my daddy. But I'll tell that on another video. But anyway, I was out on the court, so we was recessed for lunch, May 31st, 1977. I'll never forget this day. And the courthouse, juvenile court, Compton juvenile court was on Compton Boulevard, between Rose Spring, right next to the bank, on the corner of Spring, Compton Boulevard. In between the little store at the little gap right there where you can swing around the backside of the building and all. You had to be familiar and all that. Me and Baby Crip Sag was on the backside of that too at this vacant building. We know how to get in from the roof. Me and Baby Crip used to climb up on the roof. Shit, we used to drink Thunderbird and pineapple juice in there. But anyway, we was recessed for lunch. So as me and Mom's heading the road going back to the house, a whole lot of people was hanging up at the park and shit. And I told Mom, I said, hey, I'm gonna go hang up at the park for a minute. She said, nigga, we gotta be back to court. Don't get your ass in there. I'm gonna go up at the park and hang up for a minute. So that's what I did. I go up in the park. So as I was cutting through the park, that's when the guy showed me money, but the money was fake money. I didn't know, but it looked real. The guy showed me money, whatever. Then later on, my cousin showed up. So I knew my cousin had some balls. I'm like, cuz, you gonna get this money real fast? He like, what's that, cuz? I said, man, this dude, he got flashed a whole bunch of money on me, et cetera, et cetera. I said, let's get this money. I said, just get the money and shit and come on. We split it up, whatever, right? So I said, I'm gonna give you this thing, I'm gonna give you this thing so he won't give you no problems turning the money over. So I give him the thing. I go to the homie house from the Grandies. That live in the hood. I ain't saying them names or nothing, but I go to Cub's house, get the thing. I said, I need my thing. So I give him the thing. So I said, here, Cub, there it is. Ooh, the money over there. Ooh, ooh. So I ain't even go. They go up in the park. Him and another little nigga that was with him. Come find out that dude was a mob. Trying to be a mob. I had a crime that was for mobs. See, a lot of niggas don't know that. But anyway, them niggas go up in the park, cuz, go after the money. My cousin shoot the dude and kill him, cuz. You understand? And then when he do that, it's the cop at the park. He in there, they ain't having a seminar with the senior citizens about crime, how to watch yourself, first act, blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. And the guy seen this shit going on, so he go whisper to the cop, hey, come to the window, check this out. So the cop come to the window, see it in progress. So he come on out of the fucking place. By the time he hit the corner, they didn't do what they did, and they running away. And he in pursuit of them on foot. So they come running at me. I don't even see the cop chase them, but they come running at me. We go run up the stairs and all this shit here, right? And then we hear the cop. He said, talking to somebody, said, hey, you see some guys running up? And the guy said, no, but I heard these stairs. So we all ducked down. Whoa. Cop come up the stairs, cuz, whoa, and big ass gun in our face. Say, motherfucker, don't move. I should shoot your motherfucking ass. So let me see your hand. So when we see the hand, we stuffed the money in the car seat, because there's a car seat up there on that balcony on the backside of the apartment. We knocked on the door, because didn't answer the door, so we was hoping to get in and go out the front, but it didn't work out. But anyway, because I didn't see your hands, whatever, so we showed the hand. He hit me upside the head with the gun, cuz, so I was dazed. He said, get your ass down the stairs. So I was get up to go down the stairs. Whoop, he kicked me. Boop, and I whoop down the stairs. Man, so the next day, down the stairs, he marched the other two down the stairs, lay us down on the grass. He handcuffed me, only had one set of cuffs. So he kept the other two on the ground. Cops called, whoop, whoop, whoop. So whoop, whoop. Cops pulled it up everywhere. So they handcuffed my cousin and the other nigga cousin, throw us in the motherfucking cars and shit. So they had all three of us in the back seat together. And back in the day, these cops didn't have the shields that separated you, cuz, from them in the front seat. Hold on a second. So when they get us in the car, right, and they turn up roads to go towards Compton Boulevard, see the ambulance all out there and shit, and they working on dude, right? And I'm looking at cuz, and I said, man, what the fuck, man? What, y'all shooting or something, cuz? And the cop turned around with his baton. Yeah, you know how they take their baton out so they can sit in the car, because, you know, they can't sit with that baton on. He took his baton and turned around, man, and hit me. Boom, right up under my motherfucking eye right here with it. Wham! And that shit knocked me out still, cuz. And I had the black paint from the baton on it when I took the mug shot for that. My face was swollen up a little bit. He said, shut up, don't talk to each other. But I was out, boop, when he hit me. Not long, maybe less than a minute, but boop, I was out for it. I was like, damn, cuz. You know, I'm handcuffed behind my back and shit. So we ended up going to the station and all that shit, man. And next thing you know, cuz, I'm in court for that now. I'm like, damn, I got a court date for that. They said, well, he got blah, blah, blah. They said, all right, well, we gonna drop them and we gonna keep this case that's pending on. So they dropped the robbery charges on me, cuz, but they still gave me 5 years use authority. And that was 1977. They said I was the ringleader, I was the cause of it. All came out in court. You know, I told them to get the money, I gave them the gun, all that shit came out in court. So, and the cop that got us even wrote a book. Because the dude, some dude back when I first was on Facebook and had Messenger or whatever, a dude hit me up on Messenger and he sent me a couple of pictures of some pages out the book Vice, is what the book called. And the dude he was a Mexican cop, decorated detective from Compton PD back in the day. But I didn't recommend none of the homeboys to read the book because cuz was salting out salty cuz. But anyway, I'm not salty, but salting out Tookie, cuz. But anyway, dude sent me pictures because he was talking about the shit at the park, and he said the shooter was Harvey Hartfield. Sag, known for wearing baggy pants, blah blah blah. He was also suspect of other shootings, and so I was saying to myself, well, cuz saying this about me, somebody was talking back then. You know what I mean? He brought up Jack off sleep case. He clarified bullet case in that book. But I didn't want nobody to get a hold of it because I didn't like the shit he said about Tookie, cuz. So if y'all decide to get the book, ignore that book. But anyway, when he accused me of the shooter, I said, well, damn, cuz, I wasn't the shooter. How the fuck? But he lied in court, said I was. All that shit, man. Put it all on me, cuz. I don't know why, but they did. And I said, but I wasn't the shooter, right? So, I was wanting to see if I can get cuz on some slander, right? So that's why I brought the book. Went to Amazon, got the book, read the book, whoop. Holler at a few people about it, this and that and that. And they said, nah, man, you can't really get him on slander. This, that, and other. But then my big bro, Baycott told me, he said, well, Sag, get up, girl, out my seat. He said, well, Sag, cuz, if you was convicted of it, then you can't get him for slander. He said, if you was convicted of murder, then you can't get him for slander. So, I didn't look into it no more, cuz. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up in YA, man, a little bit after that, man. Went to TS the summer 1978. I came home September 26, 1980, my mom's birthday. I don't know what I done did, cuz. Get the fuck off of that. Yeah, I know what I did. But anyway, homie, let's get you the history of sagging, man. Now, I'm the first sag, cuz. The first sag. I became mad sag in 1975. Is when I got the idea of sagging my pants. It was 1975. I got initiated into the Crips in 1973. My first name was Mad Warlock. A year later, I went to Mad Hatter because I had a love for hats. And then I found my identity a year after that, 1975. I was in the 8th grade at Roosevelt Junior High, and I converted to Mad Sag, and I'm going to explain why. We all was ditching school one day, cuz we was going up to Oaks Park to hang out, drink, smoke weed or whatever instead of go to school. So, the homie Snake had just got a wife. The homie Snake from Oaks Park, cuz had just got away. And everybody like, cuz, let's go holler at Snake, cuz Snake out, woo, woo. So we stopped at Snake house. So Snake mama, cuz, going into, hey, your boy, I ain't trying to holler at you, woo, woo. So cuz was coming out the house, and he had himself completely dressed because he was rushing. But he was sagging, trying to get his pants and shit on to rush out there to get to us. And as he came out, I could see Cubs was fresh. He had on brand new drawers, pants, socks, everything, trying to put his shoes on right there on the porch to come with us. And I'm like, damn, Cubs, I'm fresh and clean too. You know, I had on new everything too because it was school time. And our parents always brought us new school clothes. Every time it was a new school year, my parents brought us new clothes and shoes and shit. You know, drawers, socks, t-shirts, notebooks, whatever we needed, our parents got us that. So I was like, damn, cuz I'm fresh, I'm clean too. I want everybody to say I'm fresh and clean too. So I tried to loosen up my belt, and I had to unbuckle my pants. And you know, and my fly stayed open and whatever. I couldn't work it like that. So I said, you know what, from now on, when I get some clothes, I'm going to get them a little bit bigger. And I was 28 in the waist back then, because we used to say 28 in the waist, pretty in the face. And I started getting 30s. And I adjusted my belt so my pants could hug my hip. I never sagged my pants below both of the butt cheeks. And that's some shit they call sagging hard or whatever. These little youngsters brought that shit about. But that's how sagging wasn't intended for. It wasn't intended to hang below your butt cheeks, because your pants are supposed to hug your hips enough to see that you had on clean drawers, new drawers, or whatever the case was to be. I used to tuck my wife beater tank top inside my drawers so you could see the drawers that I have on. You know, when you sit down, cross your legs, whether they see your socks, shit like that. So my reason to sag was to show you that I was fresh and clean, cuz it's what it was meant to be. You understand? And then I researched it, cuz, to see was any of the homies before us back in the day had sagged, you know, and all the old pictures I found from way back, ain't nobody sagging. Now, some guys had big pants, some hand-me-downs, some of their big brothers and so on, but they wasn't sagging in them now. None of the Mexicans wore big baggy pants, but they pleated them in the front. And what I mean by pleat them, you fold them, whoop, like that. Two, you know, each side you fold. Then they put their belt through the loop, and they had their pants up above their navel, but their pants be big and baggy, but they wasn't sagging in them, cuz. You see what I'm saying? Now me, I was sagging. I was. You know, and this was 1975. And like I say, when I researched it, because I couldn't find none of the older homies. Now, the only ones I seen come close was Tookie and Jamil Burns when they was sagging in the overalls. You know, when they let the overalls hang, you could kind of see their hips, and they didn't wear shirts. But I don't fuck with Jamil Burns no more after he talked down on Tookie in his death. You understand? So I cut all ties with Cuz. I don't deal with dude no more. And I think he kind of crazy from hearing him on his last interview. But them was the only two cuz that I knew came close. And then when Tookie was in the Red House, I used to see him around Compton all the time, you know what I mean? And I used to see him out from the Red House lifting weights. You know, he had that primer car, that primer Chevy back then. Jamal had something, a 64 or something, I think maybe, because he used to hit on my sister. And I've seen him going in Boys Market one day. They was oiled up, you know, no shirts on, oiled up, sculptured like Roman statues, man, and they had to walk sideways in the door because their wing expand was out there and so tight. They had to go sideways to get in the door, cuz, I mean, I'm like, damn, these niggas is giants right here, man. You know, back in the day, cuz, you know, them guys, you know, presence was felt when you seen them dudes. But them was the only two I seen that showed a little hip when they was in them overalls, cuz. But they wasn't sagging. You understand? And see, I'm the first sag, cuz. I brought that to the gang culture. Whether you in Chicago, St. Louis, Brooklyn, Long Island, Memphis, I don't care. Kansas City, Seattle, Compton, LA, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, PA, New Jersey. I don't care where you at, homie. If you sag your pants, that came from me. That came from me, cuz. And before I close out this video, this the last thing I'm gonna do as far as sagging. It wasn't meant for skinny jeans, cuz. Don't sag in them skinny jeans, cuz. Y'all don't look good in it at all. And then especially you big dudes, man, over 200 pounds. And skinny jeans sagging, it looks bad. It looks bad. I don't know if y'all have mirrors and y'all take a peek at yourself when you get dressed, etc., but it don't look nice at all. And then some of you boys who got butts big as girls and you're trying to sag your pants below both your butt cheeks, cuz, that don't look good neither, homie, for real. Believe me, it don't look good, cuz. Y'all put too much on it with that sagging hard shit. You know, I heard of some sag hards from the 20s out of Long Beach, etc. I mean, I was the only sag, the only one. The only one. Then I heard about some sags from 151 Block Power Rules. I heard it was a sag, little sag, baby sag. Then I heard it was some sag mans from 74 Hoover. There's a whole bunch of sags now. But I'm the first one. I brought it to the gang culture. I don't care if you're Vice Lord, Disciple, Latin King, MS-13, 18, whatever. If y'all sag your pants, if you Pyru, Bishop, Brim, Bounty Hunter, whatever, homie. If you sag your pants, it came from me. I'm the first one. You understand? The first one. And all I want is for the violence to end amongst us in the gang culture. May God bless and protect each and every last one of us from all evils. And I'm out. Crip Sag, Compton chapter.